In this presentation, our group will be discussing team cohesion. Team cohesion is a dynamic process reflected in the tendency for a group to stick together and remain united in the pursuit of its instrumental objectives and or for the satisfaction of member effective needs. For the overview of this presentation will include: it will outline the theory of cohesion, illustrate the theory based upon our experiences, and it will show a research article relating to the relevant theory. So this is the team. So from the left we have Tom, then Ben, then Jamie, then Dev, then me. Everyone's role within the team was to contribute equally to our weekly walking distance. So the team leader, that was me. That's me playing pool there. So my roles included setting up the Strava page and also keeping everyone motivated to go out and walk and make sure we get our weekly walking distance. The social leader, that was Jamie. So Jamie's roles included keeping everyone well motivated and also trying to make sure we all socialise and interact with each other as much as possible. Jamie did this by setting up Rock City Thursdays and going to pool on Thursday in between our lectures. So the team goals were to walk roughly 1 to 2 miles per week from the start, and then upload that to Strava individually, and then try and meet up and socialise a few times a week to help improve our cohesion. Our achievements included: there was no role conflict, everyone was clear what everyone needed to do, everyone was well motivated and everyone did go out walking, and we did all meet up a couple of times a week to socialise and bond as a group. Our social events included Rock City on a Thursday, playing pool in the student union, and going to play crazy golf, and going for drinks and having a chat. So the Strava Club, as seen here, shows just the funny design and also just an example there of just a walk I uploaded one morning.
I'm going to explain conceptual model for team cohesion, and first of all I'm going to cover task and social cohesion. So social cohesion means forming and developing social relationships within the group, and an example of this is by doing so the team members would be easily getting their respective roles without any conflicts or problems. Task cohesion. So task cohesion relates to how united the team members are in order to achieve its goals and objectives. And an example of task cohesion would be working together to achieve a goal that the team has set up earlier to winning a state championship. So there are 4 basic types of group cohesion: individual attraction to group task, group integration task, individual attraction to group social, and group integration social. So group integration task, it focuses on how social interactions of the members helps the team to achieve its goals and objectives. An example of this can be scheduling a team meeting to discuss team's previous performances and what they can do in the future to improve those. Group integration social. Group integration social deals with the way the group interacts with each other outside the work to develop social connections within the group. And an example of this would be planning social outings once or twice a week to improve team bonding. Individual attraction of group task is how the individual feels towards the basic style and formation of the team. And an example of this is if the individual feels as though the team playing in different style may help them to improve their potential in terms of achieving their goals and objectives in the future. Individual attraction to group social. It basically revolves around how the individual feels about the social side of the team. An example of this can be how much the individual enjoys being around their teammates and if they are or not best friends with some of their teammates.
In this section, I'll be showing how we illustrated cohesion in our virtual race team. As you can see here, it shows our group responses to the group environment questionnaire at the start of our venture. As you can see, our initial results for each section of the GEQ were above 5, showing a strong starting level of cohesion. In particular, our task cohesion section had high results for a new group. Our individual attraction to the task subcategory was a score of 7, and our group integration task subcategory was a score of 6.28. This shows that as individuals we had high motivation to complete our task and therefore are more likely to contribute towards the miles achieved as a group on Strava. A group integration task result of 6.28 at the beginning of our venture shows the group is well united towards achieving the instrumental objective of completing a marathon. We have shown this by going to play football after lectures to achieve more mileage by keeping active. As these results for the task cohesion section are high, it is more likely that the group is motivated both individually and as a collective to complete the task presented to us. Our results for the social cohesion section were slightly lower, with our individual attraction to group social at 5.52 and our group integration social 5.5. This was because we started this venture as strangers, knowing nothing about one another. However, these results are still above average, showing that as a group, our motivation towards social activities together is relatively high, meaning we are more likely to attend social events. We illustrated this on multiple occasions when we went to the point to play pool on a Thursday, as Cameron mentioned earlier. During this time, we played 3 games of pool as the teams were relatively even and a decider was needed. Another occasion where we expressed high levels of social cohesion is playing crazy golf as a group, which further improved our social cohesion as it created a sense of unity in the team, as it is an activity we all enjoy playing together. This form of social cohesion could potentially positively correlate to our progression within the task. However, the Benson article suggests there is not necessarily any improvement in team performance if social cohesion is high, as Ben will further develop shortly. This contradicts our personal experience, as we massively exceeded our group goals, completing 2 miles per week, as we each completed over 20 miles across the course of the task. This could suggest that as our social cohesion was high, we were more motivated to complete our task as a group, and therefore made a greater effort in staying active throughout the course of our objective.
The article we decided to read regarding the theory previously explained by Dev is Psychology of Sport by Benson. Within the article, there were 2 main aims of the research. The first one was to develop and establish the factor structure of the Czech and Slovak versions of the Youth Sport Environment Questionnaire, and the second was to examine the relationship between team performance and cohesion within elite academies. The article's hypothesis stated that as teams' performance increases, so does team cohesion, both socially and task-focused. In order to test the hypothesis, an experiment was tested which included 22 football and handball academies from Czech Republic and Slovakia, all varying in ages, genders and team populations. The second part of the test was to translate the questionnaire into the respective language in order for the athletes to complete them, which was originally done halfway through the season prior to a month break and under the supervision and with coaches present. The questionnaire was then repeated after the players had all returned from their month break, as well as 4 months after the original YSEQ was completed. This was then compared against team performance, which was measured by points won divided by the total points available, regardless of the sport they played. And cohesion was measured by the findings of the mean of the answers for the YSEQ, and each question allowed us to view both social and task cohesion as well as a team and individually. The results found that there was a problem with 3 questions, as there was a larger than 2 indices difference between the fit and the model fit. This reduced the questionnaire down to 15 questions. Cohesion was then compared to team performance at each time the YSEQ was completed. It found that as team performance improved, so did social and task cohesion. However, as cohesion improved, it did not necessarily result in an improvement in the team performance. This partially supports the hypothesis stated at the start of the research, as it, however, does not agree with other articles such as social psychology in sport. This partially supports a theory previously talked about by Dev and Tom, however not fully, as team performance is affected by cohesion, but this is not reciprocated. Recommendations on how to become an effective virtual race team. A conceptual model of cohesion should involve setting clarity of objectives. This is key to both aspects of the model as a team clearly decides and allocate the roles and targets. This will help to improve integration towards the task according to the model. Successful teams set goals clearly in order to create a group drive and individual motivation to the team's overall goal. Lencioni's paper states that the trust is the foundation of a team, and high levels of trust between team members is required to avoid dysfunctions. This was achieved by our team socializing and meeting each week to share ideas and get to know each other. A group walk or run would help the team gain social and task integration at the same time, becoming a cohesive team whilst contributing distance in the race. The social aspect of the model is key, as a team should develop social relationships to motivate individuals towards the team goal. It's important to enjoy who you're working with, to get on with each other as well as you possibly can, to increase team cohesion and work towards that final goal. Tuckman's team dynamics model suggests the team should move into the norming and performing stage quicker to work together as an efficient team in the race. Resolve any differences in the norming stage and respect the group leader's authority. Socializing outside of work, like a game of pool each week, or a coffee meetup to understand each other's personalities. The performing stage involves the team in full flow and performing to its maximum potential. This relates to the Benson et al. Article previously spoken about. The article suggests team cohesion has a positive relationship with team performance, in which if team members are each performing to the best of their ability by contributing to the group distance target, the team will therefore acquire high levels of task and social cohesion. Working together as a team more cohesively will provide more efficient distance in the race. In summary, the Benson article concludes that team members should perform as well as they possibly can and gather up as much distance as they can in the race in order to improve cohesion as a team. In summary, we were more cohesive as a team and therefore exceeded our initial target for miles in the virtual race. Thanks for listening.